Tonight's result will be written about not just as another comeback, but as the moment a coach's choice and a new signing's instinct collided to change a game. Barcelona went into the break 2 goals down and the scoreline screamed worry, but Hansi Flick's plan and the way a newly arrived forward reacted to it turned the evening into something else entirely. Marcus Rashford's full start was the headline. The headline became a subplot when he began to cohere with Rashford Balde down the left. What we saw wasn't just individual flashes of skill, it was an emerging relationship that stretched Levante's defence, created overloads and opened channels for the rest of Barca's attack to exploit. Rashford's movement on the touchline drew a marker with the urgency of a striker who wants to finish and the timing of a wide attacker who understands space. Balde's instincts to cut inside when allowed and to carry the ball between lines found new potency beside him. The result was a left-hand corridor where Barcelona could misdirect, accelerate and create numerical superiority. In the first half, the problems were obvious. Barcelona allowed 2 early strikes and the team looked rhythmless, with too many passes failing to hit the forward line at speed. But the moment Rashford and Balde began to click, the tempo shifted. Rashford's direct runs forced Levante to make choices, press him high and leave space for Balde to drive through the middle or sit off and allow Rashford room on the flank. Barcelona exploited both. The second half goals were the mechanical outcome of that pressure, movement, timing and an opponent repeatedly hemmed in by smart positional play. It's the kind of tactical evolution you expect to see over a season. Yet tonight it arrived within 30 minutes of an appearance, which is why the reaction is so loud. Tactically, the connection works for several reasons. Rashford's willingness to stay wide at certain moments gives Balde 2 options. Overlap to deliver crosses or cut inside into pockets where he can combine with midfield runners. That dual threat forces defenders to hesitate, and hesitation is all Barcelona needed to create chances. Meanwhile, Flick's instructions to keep the ball moving, to look for vertical combos and to exploit quick transitions allowed the partnership to flourish. Against a low block, a player like Rashford can flick on a pass, draw defenders and either finish or create. When combined with Balde's diagonal runs, that flick and fill dynamic becomes hard to stop. Over the course of the match, what began as isolated exchanges became a pattern, and patterns in football are the blueprints for repeatable success. The human element matters too. Rashford arrived amid noise, questions about why he left his previous club, whether he could adapt to a different style, and how he would manage the pressure of Camp Nou expectations. Tonight, his first full run-out answered only some of those concerns. There were imperfect moments, a half-time substitution that raised eyebrows and a minute set when the impact needed to be great. But there were also flashes that create narrative. A darting run that forced a save, a perfectly timed pass that released Balde down the channel, and a presence that made Levante change their defensive shape. Flick's post-match tone made that clear, caution mixed with genuine encouragement, and for a manager aiming at trophies, that measured optimism is useful. It allows the player the space to grow and forces opponents to start preparing for something new. If this pairing is to become more than a one-night headline, 2 things must happen: consistency and adaptation. Rashford must keep delivering the pace and decision-making that unsettled Levante, while Balde must continue to pick the right moments to invert or bombard the left lane. Opponents will adapt quickly. Once a blueprint exists, it is copied, so Flick will need to keep adding wrinkles. Occasional overloads on the opposite flank, inverted runs from midfielders, or different starting positions that disguise the true intent. The beauty for Barcelona is they have the personnel and the coach to iterate. The danger is complacency. A debut spark can light a season, but only work, study and further tactical tweaks will keep that fire burning. Tonight's 3-2 scoreline is the surface story. The deeper story is that a coach's bold move and a new signings instinct combine to reveal a new attacking possibility for Barcelona. Whether this becomes a defining partnership, a tactical staple or a highlight of an early season restart will depend on follow-up performances and how opponents respond. For now, the takeaway is simple. A promising chemistry has been born on the left, and when a club looking for silverware finds those kinds of sparks, the whole season can change. Invite viewers to weigh in. Do they think Rashford and Balde can terrorise Europe this year? Ask them to comment, share the clip of the key combination, and follow for the next tactical breakdown as Barcelona tests whether tonight was a moment or the making of something much bigger.